In this video, we're looking at plotting points on the number line, on the number plane. The number plane is made up of two number lines. We use two number lines as the point of reference. We say two axes, but one axis. The horizontal line going across is called the x-axis, and the vertical line going up is called the y-axis. Two numbers written in the form xy are used to show a point on the number plane. The two numbers in brackets are called coordinates. Or an ordered pair. In the ordered pair 2, 5, the x-coordinate is 2, while the y-coordinate is 5. The point 0, 0, where the two axes intersect, is called the origin. O-R-I-G-I-N. The really important thing here is that when we write this set of coordinates, the first number that we have in the brackets furthest to the left is the x value, and the second coordinate tells you the y value. And so the x is going how far along, and the y value how far up or down. So this number plane we've been talking about is these intersecting x and y axis, as shown here, with the x-axis going left to right and the y-axis going up and down. And when we to have points of reference on this number plane, we divide the number plane into 4 quadrants. And they are ordered in an anti-clockwise direction. So that's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Let's look at plotting some points on the number plane. On the axis below, plot these points and label them clearly. So if we look at A, the point 1, 3, the x-coordinate is the 1, so that's the x value, and so we need to see how far left or right it is. And the second value, the 3, is the y value, and that's the up or down value. So first we go positive 1 on the x, so that's in line with that, and a 3 on the y-axis. And so where do those 2 points meet? They meet right there, the point 1, 3, and so we're going to label that A. Alright, let's look at the next one, minus 2, 1. So minus 2 is our x, and then our y, so minus 2 on the x is here, 1 on the y is there, so this must be here, the point B. I don't know if you ever played the game Battleships, but it's a bit like that. You're finding the position where the opposition is trying to sink your ship, or you're trying to sink someone else's ship, and you find that particular point of coordinates. And normally that's just in the positive values in this first quadrant, but so the first quadrant's there, but we've got also some negative values as well, and that makes up the other 3 quadrants. Okay, so C, -3, -2, so -3 on the X, -2 on the Y. This here, where those intersect, would be the point C. So if I follow that along and I follow that along, that's the point C there, where I put that dot. Okay, so hopefully now you're starting to get a little bit of a sense of how we position these different points on the number plane. One thing to be aware of is finding it when you've got a 0 involved. Okay, so let's have a look at E here. So the point 3, 0, now where's that? Well, it's 3 on the X, because that first one is the X value. So it's 3 on the X, and then it's 0 on the Y. Now where's 0 on the Y? Well, it's not going up or down any position, so it's actually, this would be the 0 on the Y, and so the point that we want 3, 0 is right there, so that would be the point E. And likewise, if we found one on the just on the y-axis, it'd be where x is 0. So if we look at F, that's 0 on the x-axis, and then 4 is up here, so this up here is going to be the point F. Alright, so that's how we label points on the axis. And number 2 here, you need to actually find the coordinates of each point. So you need to find, if we found point A, there it is. What's the coordinates of A? Well, A is, if I look down there, how far is along the X? It's at -4 on the X. And then it's in line with +3 in the Y. Let's do 2 more. Let's look at the value of D. So if we look at D up here, well, it's +4 for the X, and then the Y, where does that hit? Well, it's halfway between 4 and 5, so that'd be 4.5. It'll also be positive. Okay, let's try one on the axis. Let's sort out this little point down here, point F. Well, point F, how far along on the X is it? Well, it's +1, and it's not up or down at all, and so we just put 0 there. So that'll be the point 1, 0. Why don't we finish by doing the point I. So where's I? I is the point 3 across on the X, and -3 down. Today we've looked at finding an ordered pair on the number plane, a set of coordinates where the x one's the first and the y is the second, and we can plot them and find them on the number plane, different positions on this xy number plane.